MMA Weekly here with Serra. Matt, big win tonight over Trigg. Did the fight go the way you expected it to go?
You know, I mean, I've been doing a ton of jiu-jitsu for this fight, and I've been sparring with southpaws.
And you used none of your jiu-jitsu tonight.
Well, you know,
other than maybe enough to scare him to stand up.
No, I mean, I did a ton. He's a very good wrestler, and I thought maybe he was going to try to make it a wrestling match, put me on my back. So I have a ton of things that maybe I'll show in the future off my back that I didn't get to show tonight, but you know, I can't complain. Standing up and when it's planned, you know, I mean, you don't want to just headhunt with guys that are good wrestling because they duck underneath. You know, a punch that would have took their head off. Next thing you know, you're on your back, and you know, I wanted to be smart and start on his body. I saw him in the sauna a lot in the steam room, and I didn't have to cut any. I really, this is the first time I didn't have to go in the steam room or sauna. I got down to 172. The day of the weigh-in, I just went into the jacuzzi for a little bit, got to 169, but I felt really good, strong, and it was just a really good camp, you know. But back to what I was saying, I saw him in the steam room a lot, so I'm thinking, man, I remember when I was at 55, sometimes I take body shots and I'm like, oh, I'm bloated and it hurts, so I'm like, man, I'm going to work his body, and you know, and then work my way upstairs, whether with a kick or hands or whatnot.
Well, I think you kind of did that. People might look at it and kind of register this as a one-punch kind of knockout, but you actually kind of worked your way in, and it was kind of on the end of a combination, right?
Again, I got to watch the fight, but
if I remember right, you were kind of working your way in. It wasn't just.
I was inching my way in. I know I was sticking around afterwards to get hit a little bit, but you know, not to kick a guy when he's down, but the punches he was hitting me with were kind of pity patter, like nothing. I'm like, this is awesome. He's actually gonna, because he's touching me standing up, he's going to look to stay in the pocket a little bit, I felt, and I'm like, that's going to be all I need, I think, a matter of time. You know?
Well, having fought at 55 and at 70, what are your thoughts about that whole thing now? Because guys have really experimented with going up or down or this or that.
I'm not going down.
Feel better at 170 now?
I'll fight at a catch weight, but I'm not going to 155. It's just...
Does it take too much out of your body?
It takes so... Even leading up to the fight, you know, people like, well, technically you could make it, man. It's fucking brutal, man. And it's not just because I love the pasta. Of course I love the pasta. But you know, for 3 months before a fight, I got my food measured out. I'm not eating pasta. I'm not eating pizza. You know, I joke around a lot, but you know, if I went on a very strict diet and this and that, could I get down there? Is it physically possible? Yeah, I'm sure it is. But you know, you're not the, you know, whoever says that doesn't have to get through the sparring and the workouts that I have to get through. They see me on my video blogs, you know, breaking chops and thinking that's all I'm doing. You know, I trained for 3 months for this fight. I didn't see my daughter, my wife moved out of my house for 5 weeks before this fight. You know, I take it. I'm very professional and very serious. People don't see it because they see me joking around a lot, which is cool. You know, I don't really care what people think, but you know, I've been in Vegas now for 2 weeks to get acclimated. You know, and you know, I do the right thing. You know, I'm not at 170 because I'm lazy, you know, but I do, you know, Trigg's not a small, he had some of his best fights at 185.
Right.
He's not a small guy. And, you know, Matt Hughes ain't a small welterweight. You know, I mean, I look at the list of guys I fought at welterweight, and my record's not that bad with it, you know what I mean? So it's not like it's an easier time down there.
Right. Is 55 more of a distraction?
Quick.
Does getting down to 55, is that whole process more distracting?
Listen, man,
because it's hard to focus on your sparring, on your training.
I concentrate right now 100% on my training, and I eat right. I got energy for when I'm training. I'm disciplined regardless, but I get through my hard training sessions, my sparring sessions, then I'm, you know, pushing a sled, and I'm doing this and that. I'm 35 now. Last time I made lightweight, I was like at least 29, and it gets a little more difficult. I might be a guy that in the future, who knows how many years from now, there's more weight classes, could have fit in between. But right now, I'm staying at 170. You know? And you know, big things come in small packages. You know.
Now we don't know what's next for you just yet, but what's the next meal for you? Is it the pasta?
You know, if I'm here in Vegas, I'll probably grab a steak. But, you know, at my in-laws, I'm going to have a crazy party. And then at night, I'm going to my mother's. So I'm going to be just marinara sauce coming out my eyeballs tomorrow. It's going to be crazy, you know. But I'm just looking forward to going home now and seeing my kid. You know, I haven't seen my kid in a couple of weeks. And that's all I'm thinking about.
Well, Matt, thanks for giving us a great fight tonight. And
thanks, man.
Enjoy your family.
Thanks, brother.